Hi there, this is Lori, and I work as a psychic medium. And today I want to talk about ancient aliens and speculation. So, when this Ancient Aliens is a TV show, it's very interesting. And they do a combination of research, science, they study history books, they study the Bible, they carbon date, and they try to figure out unsolved mysteries in our civilization. And I love the show. It gets you thinking outside the box. And I do mediumship, so I take these questions to my spirit connections as I can and see what I get. And I think we can all do this. It's really fun to at least consider. It's also disturbing because some of the information, as we know in our history, is very violent in our world. So what could have happened? Where is there possibilities for spirit world to fill in the gaps, especially when we're doing theory or speculation? Can we do theory or speculation? Yes, we can. It might be fiction, or maybe you can find enough evidential with the other research that it can be added on to give you more to the story, okay? Maybe not a complete story, but more to the story. So with Ancient Aliens, you can watch different areas that they study. They'll study different ruins, and they study drill holes that don't match the tools that would have been available during the era of life in the civilization or that community. So how could that have happened? Again, it goes to the gap in time too. What happened between the time where they found Lucy, which you can look up in Africa, the fossil remains of Lucy, who was a very small person, and it was over 2 million years ago. I remember these things to look up, to a civilization in the Mayan colonies, or later civilizations in the African colonies, or the Arabic colonies, or Asia, and then how we migrated around. Who is the oldest civilization that's still connected to us in DNA? So can we ask these kind of questions? And as we practice our psychic and medium, maybe the thing you'll get the first is just yes or no, or gut feelings, or you'll get a movement of your shoulders. You might just start getting sensories about this, but it's really interesting to practice. So I've gotten quite a bit of evidential and validating information from practicing, from training and practicing as a medium. So when people keep telling me, yes, that's right, yes, that's right, yes, that's right, then I go ahead and speculate on more. Again, it's speculative. It could be fiction, it could be stories, or it could be real. And so with Ancient Aliens, I say, how the heck could we have done these drill holes and been in evolution like Darwin might have explained? Now, I do believe there's some evolution on Earth. That's why I was curious about Darwin. Because there is adaptive evolution. Just as we change as a human being, and we have more food and more medicine, we can be taller, we can live longer. Different features may come out when we're not abused. We may get different colors of eyes in our families. We may get more abilities in our families for, say, gymnastics or engineering. Something comes back from our DNA when we have rest. So we adapt and change. We see our pets getting bigger, our horses getting bigger. And were they bigger to start with? And then they went through a stunting because of a stressful environment, and now they're getting bigger. Could that have happened to us? Were we actually, our origin beings as humans, bigger, smarter, all beautiful? And then through the stress of war and abuse, we shrunk. We died off. Our teeth got crooked, and we couldn't afford to fix them, like mine. And, I have delayed fixing them. I need to get on that, right? We kind of get used to things. Well, I'm not that pretty. I'm used to that, so I don't have to. But now it's more affordable. I just forgot about it because I always had it. And Other people have beautiful teeth, which is wonderful. You know, we want to be beautiful. It's our nature to be that beautiful. So that's why we crave beauty. Everyone craves beauty, because I think from what I get mediumship-wise, if we were the ancient aliens, we were much taller. If we were not abused, we were all beautiful and smart. But what happened? Did we lose our history because of abuse and retardation and starvation? Somehow we still survived, but we lost history. We can't understand that hieroglyphics. We have mysteries in our world. Why? If they're human-made, why didn't we pass down the vocabulary or the meaning of the arts? Because of abuse. So why would we have drill holes? Why could we have that kind of technology then and not again for thousands of years? What happened? So I hear that we were highly technological. I also hear that we could, okay, so we'll go back. If we can have energy passages on our planet Earth, the jet streams, the currents throughout our oceans that carry boats faster, the jet streams that carry, and airstreams that carry planes faster, the streams of wind, could we have energy passages in our high atmosphere? And they know that because they have satellites connected to certain things, and they fly around the world if you see them. They're moving really fast. That's a really fast energy passage they're on. What about beyond? Is there a quicker route to the moon? Is there a quicker route to Mars? Is there a quicker route beyond? We see these shooting stars that might disappear. Are they on an energy passage? Could a ship, we know we have the technological abilities to make ships, but are we using energy passages like we do on Earth? If these energy passages exist, could ships have come to Earth? Could they have had technology and brilliance? Could they have come and gone? Could they have left? Could they have settled down on a planet that wasn't meant for them in gravitational pull, maybe done some research and left? Could they have sent probes, for photos like we do Mars, sampling rock, film, and then left again? Could they have gotten stuck on planet Earth, a planet that is loaded with toxins, loaded with troublesome weather? Could some alien, brilliant and beautiful people have landed injured from compression, expansion, or intrusion illness from unprepared ships, or space debris that went through them, or something that damaged their brain and they became aggressive, remembering their history or not, and survived into our civilization? Could that be the core of all of our civilizations? We're all human beings, but are we really different species from different planets? Or are we mixed species from different planets? Planets are huge, and we know when we have safety, we can become brilliant. So are these artifacts aliens? Are they from us? And as we got more stressed, more warlike, more abusive because of brain damage, did we forget our history? Or did people who knew the history got killed off or died off, and other people forgot? Could Asia have been the first population to come? Could they have brought animals with them? Could they have brought some pets with them? Could they have brought birds that might have survived? Or pigs that might have survived? What about the peacocks and the quail and some of these wood ducks, harlequin ducks? What about the robin? Could they have been transported? Could have the Mayans been the second connection? A different stuck, messed up civilization that was very, very aggressive? These are good questions. Could they have traveled before they got stuck? Could they lift it off and moved their ships? We have aircraft. Could they have moved a few times, maybe died off different places, left some remains, never made it back to their main hub? Why are they so violent? Why summa? Why swords? Why warriors? Why emperors in Asia? That is aggression from damage. Why so short? And now look at Korea. Some of them are almost 7 foot tall. Big, beautiful people. Is it adaptive evolution or coming back to their origins? Could have the Arabic countries been next? And some moved to Africa. And then eventually, after history is lost, they started moving around to mixing and moving to India and then up to Europe. Could this have been groups of people between Africa and Arabic countries? Could there have been 5 different groupings of people that are still connected to our civilization? Could there have been more when we were in our primitive ways, landed and got stuck but died off? What about what they call the Yeti? When did that come? These are tall people. Could people reach 7 to 8 feet? They're starting to on Earth. Could it have been expansion when they landed on Earth and they grew like crazy? Maybe they were a group of researchers, all men, took too many risks, got caught, died off. Could they have brought pets with them? What wildlife could have been non-native to Earth? What about the Arabic countries? Again, violent. Africa, tribal warrior, violent. All beautiful people. The only reason we have these stupid, crazy wars or racism or slavery is because we have human abuse and psychosis. And it's hit us all. Maybe some species of people, because of where they landed on the planet, life got a little easier. And they were able to progress a little more, or quite a bit more. That's all. Luck has it. Otherwise, we're all brilliant. We do have different physical abilities, which is all cool. Some people are better dancers. Some people, in origin, it's not a big blanket because we're mixed. We're more mixed than I think we realize. Some people are better gymnasts. Some people are better, they're springy. You know, they can dance or they can jump. That's just nature. Otherwise, we're all smart and we can do almost everything. You know, we can do almost everything. And so, what about ancient aliens? When you watch that show on YouTube or on the station, ask these questions. Are we the ancient aliens? Did we drill those holes? Or did someone else land and take off again? Luckily, avoiding snakes, avoiding malaria, avoiding typhoons and hurricanes, tornadoes, all sorts of sicknesses, flu, bubonic plagues from stress, not cleaning up our messes, like bubonic plague, is a sign of illness, mental illness, and then very vulnerable and stressed to bacterial or viral infections. And boom, wipes out thousands of people. Ohio is one example, a place I'm familiar with, where so many of these beautiful little streams around these beautiful farmlands and ponds, gorgeous hardwood forests, smell of septic. The septics are not clean. We are 2018 and they have Stinker Creek in middle heartland America, the big voting state for the president and politics, stinks. Who doesn't clean up their septic? Their shit. That is psychosis. If we see that in another country, we're like, my gosh, they can't even clean up their water. It's disgusting. But it's right in our heartland and other places that are not cleaning up their septics. Government's not making it happen. Neighbors can just say it's too unaffordable. I can't pay money. We live in an economy, so my shit runs in your stream. So be it. I don't smell it. I've got to go to my job as at the hospital. I'm a consulting doctor. And they don't clean up their crap, and that might be who takes care of you. And that can be all over the state. And there's areas where they're clean, but that's psychosis. We live in psychosis because we live in an abuse cycle that's very stressed and very vulnerable. I hear, yes, we are the ancient aliens in connectivity of DNA. Check Ancestry.com too. It's pretty interesting where you can land. And the migrations of people. First peoples are probably true. First peoples for those areas, true. But first peoples were probably brilliant astronauts in their DNA. Not warriors, hunters, gatherers, skin wearers. They were probably engineers and pilots and researchers. And major, beautiful chefs and school teachers and opera singers. They didn't need to live in a teepee of skin. This is around the world. I hear we are from brilliant origins, very connected to our heaven, but we live in a chaotic world because of a major alien accident, which means our ancestors had intrusion, expansion, compression, all of it, over time illnesses, and became aggressive, retarded in their brain function, continued to have children, and abused children in that way. And we are still in it. We're barely getting out of it. Over time, there has been many peaceful communities, but you heard the word pillage and rape and kill off. They didn't make it, or they did make it and hid. But it was really hard to stay out of war. So their kids were forced into military, and boom, the cycle of abuse starts again. So spirit, our ancient aliens, that's where they're at now. They're in heaven. Wants us to realize ancient aliens have voice, and we can help with mysteries. So speculate and realize that we're not just from barbaric past. We're from brilliance and origin. We probably were all from very brilliant space travelers. How about that? We're the ancient aliens' DNA. Someday we'll figure it out. I hope you like that talk. Thank you. Bye.